Hi, everybody. Good morning. It's Mrs. Eiler. Hope you're doing well and that you had a good weekend. I decided I wanted to focus our words this week on to reflect some things that are going on in our world that you may or may not know about. If you've watched any news or maybe your parents have talked to you about, there's just a lot of kind of anger and unhappiness going on. So I thought my words this week would help give you a little bit of an understanding maybe of some of the things that are happening and how we can work together as human beings to make this world a better place. So I don't have any, I don't have any images of from what I've been using. I just have my own. So I'm going to start today with a word that you may have heard about this week or at another time. Maybe when you've studied Martin Luther King or civil rights, you may have heard this word before. It is a big, long word. So go ahead and get your paper out. And let's work together to understand some things about what's happening right now, okay? All right, so this is our word. Let's see who can read this word. It is a big, long word. Oh my goodness. Who can read that word? Give it a try. Okay, the word is discrimination. Go ahead and say that word with me. Discrimination. Think about when you've heard that word or learned about that word before. Okay, so the meaning of this word is, let me just read my definition. Let me cover up my picture. The unfair treatment of people based on race or gender or any other trait. So what it really means is when one person treats another person or one group of people treats another group of people in a way that isn't fair based on, could be if they're a boy or a girl, or the color of their skin, or their age, or anything. If they wear glasses or they don't, if they have long hair or curly hair. So it's just these kind of meaningless reasons why they would be treated unfairly. Okay, so here's my picture. Actually, go ahead and write that word first. So it's discrimination, discrimination. And this is a noun in this word, but you can change it to discriminated, discriminating, discriminate. Okay, and here's my picture. My picture, there's a blue guy and a red guy. And the blue guy is saying, I am better than you. And the red guy is saying, but why? Okay, so they're two different looking people. For some reason, this guy is saying he's better than him. Okay, and that's an act of discrimination. When one person treats another person in a way that isn't fair, in a way that's often mean, and doesn't make this person feel good, based on nothing more than the color of their skin. So you may be hearing some things like this happening in the news right now. Some acts of discrimination against a certain group of people. Okay, so go ahead, and if you've heard about this with your family, you can make your own image of what you think discrimination is, and you can copy mine if you want. Go ahead and press pause. Okay. And I really liked making this picture today, the opposite of discrimination. So if you think of, if people aren't discriminated against, if we treat people who are a different color skin than us, or a different age, or a different gender, how do we treat people in a way that is the opposite of discrimination? Okay, so think about a picture that you might draw, and what would that look like? And so here are my red guy and my blue guy, and now they're saying, not that we're the same, because they're not, but the blue guy's saying, I appreciate our differences. And the red guy is saying, we can learn a lot from each other. So the opposite of discrimination is when we see our differences, but we appreciate our differences. Okay. So go ahead and make your own picture of how two people or two groups of people can appreciate each other's differences. And that's the opposite of discrimination. Go ahead and press pause. Okay, in my sentence, here's my sentence. Okay. The woman felt that the reason she was fired from her job was an act of discrimination. So this is different than my pictures. This is not about a red person and a blue person. This is about being a male or female. And so in my sentence, there was a woman who felt that the only reason she was fired from her job was because she was a woman. So that's called discrimination. Think about, have you ever felt discriminated against? And you can write about that. Have you ever felt discriminated against because you're a boy or a girl, or because you have different color skin than other folks? Or maybe you're from a different country and you felt discriminated against because of that. So you can write about your own experience if you want to. Okay, go ahead and press pause. And then our definition of that big long word. What is our word that we're studying today? Can you say it out loud? Discrimination. Okay. And I hope that you've not felt discriminated against before, but it's possible. Okay. So the meaning of that word is the unfair treatment of people based on race, age, gender, or something else. It's the unfair treatment based often on race, age, gender, which means if you're a male or female, boy or girl, or something else. So go ahead and copy that definition. Press pause if you need to. Okay, so this week I wish that I didn't have to explain words like this, but I think it's important to talk to you guys about things that are happening in the world. So I hope you and your parents are having conversations about where discrimination might be happening right now. And tomorrow we will talk about another word that has to do with what's going on in our world. So give your parents a big hug, and I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're feeling loved, and that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.